Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Today morning, you would have seen in the local newspapers about the advertisement which has been published regarding recruitment to Nagaland Police. We had been pursuing the matter for quite some time, but in like in all government things, it involves consultation between various agencies, departments, tribal organizations, and everybody. Finally, the government of Nagaland has approved recruitment to 1,176 posts of constables JD. Uh, yes, we are aware that it took time, but considering that it took time, uh, the government has relaxed the upper age limit for recruitment, which is mentioned in the advertisement, to 38 years. So that anyone who did not get an opportunity or things got delayed because of the COVID or other things, people will get a fair opportunity of participating in the recruitment process. The second thing is that hopefully, if with everybody's help, participation, and vigilance, if things go on smoothly in this cycle of recruitment, we are probably looking at least one more cycle of police recruitments in the next 5 to 6 months. That should be an equivalent number of posts, if not more. At least one more cycle of around 1,200 posts. It could be slightly more, but the number of posts that we are advertising, that is limited by the training capacities that we have at our training institutes. Uh, our training capacity is about 1,000 people, but we thought that we will squeeze people, more trainees into it, and get around 1,200 people recruited. Uh, the advertisement, most of you would have read. Uh, this process of drafting of the advertisement was a long drawn out process, almost 1 year of hard work by the police headquarters, senior officers, and almost officers at all ranks. So we have tried to take care of almost every aspect that people could think of. Again, we are not perfect, nobody is perfect, systems evolve. So we have tried to go as near to perfection as possible without still being perfect. So most of the queries which people are likely to have are answered in the advertisement. However, to make things easier for the public, to make things easier for the applicants, to ameliorate their hardship, and make things more convenient. Uh, this is the first time that Nagaland Police has stopped physical acceptance of forms of the applications from any candidates. So, no forms are to be collected by anyone from any office. Let me make it very clear. There are no physical forms to be collected by any candidate from any office, either PHQ or any of our units. All applications for recruitment are to be made only online. Okay, which means people can apply potentially anywhere that you are. Someone in the remotest corner of Nagaland can apply. A student who's studying in Chennai can also apply. So we have tried to, because earlier the process was you will have to take the form or someone will collect it, your numbers will be noted, then you come to submit it. So that has all been done away with. Hopefully, this will increase the number of applicants because more people will be able to financially afford applying now. Uh, so, in the process, when we are having only online acceptance of applications, uh, we have developed a portal In the portal, there are two aspects: self application and assisted applications. Self application is if I want to apply, I can fill up my own form. Okay. And assisted application is I may not be able to use the internet for some reason. I may not be educated enough, or I may not be able to, I may not know how to use it. So that is called an assisted application filing. So assisted application filing means anyone can apply on behalf of you. So for example, if I have to apply, I don't have a phone or an internet connection, Mr. Renchamu can fill up the form, go to the website and fill up the form and everything on my behalf. What is required only is that the OTP should come to the applicant's phone number. One time password for registration should come to the applicant's phone number and not to the phone number of the person who is helping you to fill up the form. Okay, that is important for future reference also, because that makes sure that the person who is applying gets the OTP, he is the real applicant. Okay, so we have tried to make it very simple. The second salient feature of this is that we are having a one-time registration process, OTR. Uh, since we are looking at continuous cycles of recruitment, not just this one, but in the future also. So there is a one-time registration process where an applicant can register once with his personal details, family details, whatever, educational details and all. That is not for an examination. That is for all sorts of recruitment. So he just registers once and then he applies. Applies means when he pays the fees. When he applies for the thing, that is where he is applying for the fees. Registration is free. Even if you don't want to pay the fees, you can register. Okay, but once you think that you will appear for the physical or the written or everything, for that you need to pay the fees. Okay, so things are very easy. If you have uploaded details once, you don't need to upload it. But on the one-time registration, whatever details that are filled up by the applicants or on behalf of the applicants, these details cannot be changed after the closure of the date of acceptance of applications. So in our case, the applications are open from 6th of October and they close on 7th of November. So after 7th of November, you cannot change the details which you have submitted in the one-time registration process. Okay, this is to make sure that we don't face problems when we are examining or scrutinizing things. Now, again, to make things easier, the portal itself has a facility that if you are below 18 years, it will not accept your application. If you are above 38 years, your application will not be accepted. So it makes scrutiny on our part easy. My request to all candidates is that the list of eligibility criteria are mentioned in the advertisements. Please read those carefully. Make a list of what is required, whether it is your photograph or your signature, with how the photograph has to be there, Aadhaar card, whatever, ID card and all. And when you are apply, keep those ready with you. Once you keep those ready with you, it is very easy for you to upload these. It will just take 5-6 minutes, 7 minutes for an application to be uploaded. Otherwise, you will start applying, say photograph, oh, white background, like then you have to rush again and get a fresh photograph. Signature, do a signature on a white paper, take a photograph, save it in your phone so that it is easier to upload. Okay. Another important thing is that the ID document that you are uploading, identity document that you are uploading on the portal should be the same which you will be carrying for examination at different stages, whether it is physical examination or written examination or the interview. Okay, so make sure that you have a recent ID document which you are uploading. There is a variety of ID documents which can be uploaded. Okay, it should be a recent one and you should have it readily with you. We are looking at a very futuristic Nagaland Police through this recruitment and the future ones. Uh, One of the salient features or one of the important changes from the past is that there is no recruitment separately this time for, say, NAP or DF or IR or anyone. Everyone recruited goes to IRB in principle. Okay. This will help us to keep our IR battalions young in the future, because some of them are really very old. Some of them have been in the IRBs for 25 years, 19, 20 years. So they get tired, physical stress and all is there. So we have tried to ensure that through this we will recruit the younger ones. The younger ones, the fitter ones will go to IR battalions. And then we will devise a system in due course where people who are in the IRBs can be shifted based on their educational qualifications or profile and capabilities to DF or other units in due course. Uh, in the advertisement itself, the tribal proportions are given. Uh, as per the government decision, the cabinet decision, the tribal proportions have been based on the 2011 census. Uh, we have got a few queries here and there. If possible, we'll try to answer here, or we will try to get those queries resolved in due course in the next day or 2 3 days. It will take us time because uh, it's a government decision, so I cannot override that decision. So we'll have to go back to the government for a consultation on this. Uh, we have mentioned about the drug abuse and the opioid thing in the advertisement. People who are substance abusers, especially the opioid, they can be tested at any stage, even after the recruitment. And if they are found taking drugs, they will be thrown away straight away. Uh, the second part is the medical examination, the physical medical examination, the physical and medical examination. We have reserved the right to ourselves to conduct that physical examination, the height, chest, and all those things at any time. Okay, depending on how many applicants are there, we will take a decision on how we go about the physical examination. But my request to the candidates is, on the physical examination part, whatever criteria are mentioned, please make sure that you suitably qualify those criteria, whether it is height or chest or anything. Huh? If, assuming that we don't do this physical examination in the beginning and we do it in the end, even if you have done the physical and the written and the interview, you will still get disqualified. Okay, because those are essential criteria. There is no relaxation in those criteria. So anyone who is applying, just catch hold of a tape, measuring tape. You can easily measure your height, chest, and all, flat foot, and all. You can see night blindness. Most people would know what is night blindness, color blindness, and all. If they have a problem, they would know. Otherwise, just to be cautious, it's a good health camp. Anyone who wants to apply, also, it is a good health camp to just go and check. Mama laga sukhu to thik ase na nai. So please be careful about that aspect of it. We are My request and appeal to everybody is, please help us to make and keep the examination, the recruitment process fair from all angles. Please help us to keep it free from any interference or any allegations of any bribery or influence or anything. We have put our own systems of internal oversight and surveillance, so that things are clear. Uh, Let me tell you that if anyone receives any request or any hears of anyone thinking of bribes or telling bribes or any taking bribes, and Ama Khan साहब के कोई दिवो न पारे वो देखन हाँ किले मने कुन भी ना जाए कुन बोर्ड ते कुन थाके. As of now, nobody is aware of which board, which officer, which board will go where. Okay, this will only be decided in due course. So please don't fall into any trap that sab khan ke dibo tu dile apni khan laga risk ase apni khan laga paisa jabo. Okay, so please make sure that you don't fall into the trap of anyone ami DG ke koi dibo ami tu manu ke koi dibo na pare wo dekhan kon bhi na pare wo. uh, we would expect the best of the candidates from all tribes to get selected. As I mentioned, it is based on tribal ratios, which the cabinet has decided. So, which means I'll just give one example. It's a hypothetical thing. If tribe X has 10% seats out of the total, all those 10% seats will go to the persons from that tribe only. Okay, this will help make Nagaland Police much more cosmopolitan, much more representative. It will help us to build up a police force which probably in years to come can be free from some degree of tribalism or anything. It is a very conscious decision by the uh, Honorable Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, Police Headquarters, and the government leadership that we should follow this uh, system. The advertisement is fairly elaborate, takes care of most of the aspects. There should not be any confusion. If there are any issues, the help desk teams are set up at the police headquarters as well as at the districts. So they will answer the queries if possible at their level. However, we have requested or the help desk teams in the district levels that if there is any query which impacts more than one district or more than one area, they should escalate it to us so that uniform instructions can be given to everybody rather than everybody trying to play his own game. I don't think there should be any confusion about the OTR. And
You mentioned about the mother's name is optional. So why do you keep this optional?
yes, optional. If someone wants to fill up, it is his wish. He wants to respect his mother as much he respects his father. It is most welcome. They should fill up that. This is, in fact, we would encourage people to fill up that. Even if it is a single parent, I have no problem on that.
Regarding this training facility, you have announced this 1,176 this one recently. Huh? So if there is nothing, no obstruction or any kind of nothing is happening, then you will have at least another cycle of this recruitment, that is the next 5 to 6 months. So we have seen that there is some kind of issues about facilities, training facilities, housing, as we have seen in the newspapers. What exactly this is happening about?
I will not comment. I will not comment on what has come in the newspapers. But we have taken a very conscious decision that we can accommodate 1,200 trainees without too much of a problem. Uh, so when we are saying 1,200, I think 1,200 is a figure that we should be able to do it. It is the problem in training limitations was on two counts. Was on one what was sorry One was on account of the infrastructure, the buildings and other thing. That was one. The other is the number of trainers that you want, because when you have more people you need more trainers. So we have taken up an exercise. We have shortlisted trainers from the rest of Nagaland Police. So most of the things are in place.
So what is the sanction post actually?
For
The police.
in
Sanction post police.
for total sanction post.
Total sanction post.
I'll give you the figure separately. I think should be, but we are not exceeding that limit. We are within the sanction post limit. That is what I can. Yeah, there is no excess.
What is the strength of the police in Nagaland?
Should be around 25,000 something, 20,000, 25,400 or something. Exact figure, I exactly.
This is in the national level we are higher.
Yeah, that I mean per 1 lakh of population or whatever that ratio we are higher.
So when we are still higher, how we are looking for it?
No, it doesn't depend on whether we are higher or not. It depends on what is the sanction posts. We are within the sanction post limit. As I said, so for example, if my sanction post is 100, okay, I am advertising this number. I still have another batch of vacancies to reach that figure of 100. So we are still having almost 1,300 vacancies as of today.
Over and above this.
Yeah, over and over. That's why I'm saying that we will have at least one cycle, maybe two cycles more of recruitment uh, in the next, say, year or year and 2 months, something like that.
Is this recruitment related to the 2022 court dismissing the
No.
935?
No, no. That case is sub judice in the High Court, so that is not in those vacancies, or those posts are not included in this. This is separate. These are vacancies without those. So which means, if depending on what that court judgment says, there could be another additional vacancies if required.
This budget, 1,900 or something, is police budget, out of which you're getting this housing schemes is a 14 point something crore you're getting, right?
For housing, for what?
Yeah, police housing.
No, it's not 14 crore or anything. No.
That is
Let me know what questions you want to ask on the housing and other things. We'll answer separately. We'll answer separately. You can send the questions in writing, or you can come and meet us. We'll give you separately.
While you're trying to ensure a fair recruitment, how are you trying to ensure the fairness in terms of political interference? Because a lot of cases where people come with recommendations of the concerned MLAs or instances like that.
I think the number of applicants themselves, the large number of applicants which we will see, is the biggest insurance for a fair recruitment. No comparisons, but just to take a leaf out of what the other departments have done. If you've seen Forest Department, they had 154 vacancies advertised and they had almost 24,000 applicants. Okay, nobody will say हमें लगा job अपने लो लो भी. Nobody wants to give his part of the cake to someone else. So the larger number of applicants, fairness in advertising. The first step is the fairness in advertising. Everybody knows how many vacancies are advertised. I think those are the biggest safeguards to a fair recruitment. All this requests or recommendations or anything, we have had a word with our officers. We try to ensure the best of the candidates of all categories and of all tribes. I don't think there will be too many problems.
because you have given this advertisement, it is about 1,176, but candidates make up around 10,000 plus or 15,000, for example.
No.
There
Candidates,
is likely to be a lot of hinky-pinky.
nothing. The number of candidates, if the candidates is more, the chances of hanky-panky is less.
So is it
Because we have more vigilant eyes to keep a watch on all of us. That is the whole theory.
But what makes you so confident about that, sir?
There is no reason not to be confident. See, currently, who is going to be? It's just the application process which has started. Okay. Currently, nobody knows who is going to be part of which board in which district or which place. So the chances of anyone being approached as of now is almost zero. Those boards and all will come later, and we have a decent oversight mechanism to check all this happening.
But there is possibility.
You can't rule out the possibility. It happens. Yeah, this will happen. All those possibilities you cannot rule out, but you can only be vigilant that you can reduce it to a minimum.
Does
Yeah.
that mean such recommendations will be accepted?
No recommendations. Nothing. No recommendations are going to come. I don't think they are going to be accepted. Informally I can tell you that in some particular department when this happened, some of the responsible persons had to say that, hey, to the Makan na parebo, let us go from here. Just because they're see, okay, let's come to this. Any public leader from any district, he himself will have say 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 recommendations. How does he choose which one to give? Because if he chooses one, he makes enemy with the rest. So it's a big insurance that it will not happen unless it's your own family member or something. But see, there is no reason to be less confident than anyone.
The chief minister DGP
No recommendation will come. Everybody is well aware of it. Uh, we'll handle it when it comes in a very fair manner. There will be no one who will be disadvantaged because of this.
So the answer shape, is it going to be done physical or through it OMR?
It is not yet decided. Okay, but again, I'm not criticizing anyone, but I have heard this on the social media and on various groups because of other departments thing. That people said that it is unfair because OMR is not being used and physical answer sheets are being used. So let me make it one thing very clear. Uh, yes, OMR is a distinct advantage, but not there not being an OMR does not mean unfair. Okay, that there is no OMR does not mean that it is unfair. To be fair to everybody in Nagaland and respect to other departments also, if you have seen in the advertisement and also advertisements of other departments, for other departments, the educational qualification minimum are class 10. Okay, for Nagaland Police, it starts with class 6. Okay, so let us see the statistics of how many people under which category, which educational qualification apply this time. Uh, to give a fair opportunity to those people who are within that class 6 to class 10 bracket. Sort of it is, I can say that, although it's not been decided, but more or less it's like that we will go with a non OMR thing. Okay, because we want to give a fair opportunity. How many people apply? That's after that we will decide next time what we'll do. Whether even including whether we means the government wants to change the educational qualification from say class 10 to say post graduation or doctorate also. So that we'll decide after the recruitment is over.
So this class 6 is very encouraging, but what about other states, neighboring states?
Pardon?
Neighboring states like Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, do they have this class 6? Is the minimum
No.
base?
No. I think that way Nagaland Police educational qualifications are the minimum countrywide. That's why I said that this cycle of recruitment and the future cycles of recruitment will change the face of Nagaland Police and the manner in which Nagaland Police works. If we get more and more educated boys and better educated persons, I think the whole system changes. The whole system of policing in Nagaland changes.
So, two questions. Kacharis, cookies, garas are not included, and also the distribution of the quotas, tribe ratio. Like, are you going according to the 2011 census?
Yeah, firstly, we are going by the 11 census. Okay. About the Garo, Kacharis, Mikirs, and Boros, it's a government decision that we are abiding by. The proportion of seats for them are just being kept in abeyance for the time being. Okay, uh, so they may not be able to apply now, but once whatever issues are there, whatever government and if once those are resolved, those would also be advertised. I've been thinking positively. I would like to assume that will probably get resolved before this recruitment date also gets finalized. I mean, that's my honest expectation. It should get resolved as soon as possible. It hopefully will get resolved.
So, could you highlight the problem? Like,
Not beyond my syllabus. It is beyond my syllabus. Sorry, it is not in my syllabus.
so you mean the slots are also open for them as well?
Not yet. But the number of slots which they are supposed to have, they are being kept aside. So it's not being filled up by others. So the number of seats for them have been kept aside, not being filled up by others.
What could be the number of seats for them, sir?
As per the population of their tribes, you'll come to know. Don't worry. You'll come to know. Hopefully it should get resolved. It should not take time. Hopefully.
No percentage.
It's there, but I can't comment on it. But the easiest way for you to judge is that इतिहास दिया तो किमान percentage workout हो जाए ना. The rest would be that. But what proportion will be the rest among them? That again is not clear.
And so when's the recruitment process likely to be completed?
আমাখন বেশি লম্বা ক্রিসমাস না মনালে তো 31st ডিসেম্বর তক খতম করে দেবো মনে আছে
Suddenly got to the
it will, this one will take, I mean, yeah, obviously this from 18th 19th of December onwards till say 2nd 3rd of March it will sort of stall. But if people are willing to do it, which I think people should be, then probably we should be able to complete the process by December. Nahi to January we should be able to do it. Around 4 months we are taking. We try to do it as fast as possible.
So coming back to the portal, I've not seen the size of the photos or the documents size reference given in the portal. So usually in most of the competitive exams, usually the size are mentioned. So like, is there a particular like
Size of the photo, I think there's size of the NKBs, no, I think there's mentioned too, something like that. It's once they go there it is mentioned, but it should not be a problem.
It's auto resized.
Oh, it is auto resize, it will just compress the size, it will compress the size. And just another thing I wanted to mention, no, all these applications that the candidates are filling up, they will be able to download PDF copies and keep it with them. Okay, they'll be able to download it. At every stage they are interacting, they are like, they will get OTPs. They will be able to download and keep it with them. The second thing is your registration number. Again, Medo, you asked, how will you ensure free? No, it's step by step. One of the methods to ensure a free thing is that the registration number which will come here is not the roll number. Okay, which means he cannot go around with his registration number and say, "Hame laga registration hai to aise madad kore." It's not the roll number. It will not help. The roll numbers will be allocated subsequently once this entire process is over.
So in this recruitment, we have specifically mentioned indigenous Nagas only, besides the 4 other tribes. But in the past, we have seen those non-Nagas who were 1st December 1963 and before were also allowed to be recruited. But this time there's no such thing mentioned. So what is that?
It's a government decision. I will not comment on that. It's a government decision. I will not comment on that.
But these are not given here in the board.
Yeah, it's not given here, but it's a government decision.
Sir, can you give us an update on the fake currency case cracked by your police force?
Honestly, I've been out of circulation for 8-9 days, so I'm not aware. I've followed some of it, but I'm not sure. But are you aware? No. We'll give a separate update, Medo. We'll give a separate update on that. But it's not a very high grade currency. It is just a sort of a absolutely fake photocopy sort of thing being done, and it happens very frequently. Even I keep getting calls from people saying that Ani Divi paisa 3 times de divo. Even I keep getting these calls. Only the most gullible and the most criminal minded will fall into that trap.
When can we expect the update on this case?
On this case, send me a reminder, we'll give you by today evening. We'll give you by today evening. Send me a WhatsApp reminder, I will give you by today evening. We'll give a right update. Anything else, anyone? Thank you.